All right. Well, hello, everyone. I just want to welcome you to semester two. For MSK 1, I want to give you an overview of the textbook and some suggestions on where you may head with this information. The main textbook we're going to focus on in this course is going to be the Kisner and Colby Therapeutic Exercise. This is the 7th edition. They've been ramping this textbook up over time, and they've really added a lot of pages to the overall book. I want to let you know that this book is really too massive and has too much information to cover in any single course. So that's why it's going to be different than kinesiology. In kinesiology, we were able to go chapter by chapter and pretty much cover the entire textbook, or at least the main content from each chapter. Whereas Kisner and Colby's book here, it's significantly longer. You're going to notice that it's over 1,128 pages. So it's really a monster of a book. And the goal for this book is to cover only several chapters within it in this course. So I just wanted to show you kind of the overall table of contents and then look at our curriculum and how to compare the two so that you know a lot of this material is going to be covered, but it's going to be covered in different courses. So here we are right here in Musculoskeletal 1. And for the most part, that's going to include these four chapters. Chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are going to be the main chapters to focus on for the theory behind exercise. So if you really want to focus on the paradigms behind the prescription and knowledge of exercise, those are the four chapters to look at. And then following this up with specific exercises, you're going to be looking at chapters 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Those are going to be the bulk of the exercises that will apply for that. In particular, there's other things in this textbook which are useful, but they apply to different courses. So, for example, if you look at aquatic exercise, that's a good chapter to look at. We're not going to cover aquatics at all in this course, but that's going to come up in spring of year 2 over in the Advanced Clinical Lifespan course. For example, if you're looking at, let's look at exercise for impaired balance. That's another good chapter. That's going to be covered in primarily your PT Rehab 2 course and a little bit into your PT Rehab 1 course right there. In terms of one of the newer chapters they have here, Exercise for the Older Adult, which is chapter 24 in the 7th edition. That's going to be covered in geriatrics, which is right here. In terms of the exercises for the spine, you see these three chapters, and chapter 13, peripheral nerve disorders. So these four chapters are going to be covered in MSK 2. And there's some more examples of when this is going to be covered. We will cover a little bit of chapter 10 within MSK 1, so that's another good chapter to know about. For example, principles of aerobic exercise, that's going to be covered more in depth in cardiopulmonary physical therapy in that course. So I just want to lay that out to let you know that we're just not really well aligned with our curriculum and this specific textbook, but everything in the textbook is of value. I do want to show you that they did some new additions to this textbook. So one of the new things they added was this geriatric or exercise for the older adults. And so that's important. They did add some exercises for male pelvic floor disorder, which we're not going to cover in this course, but that's going to be covered in the Advanced Clinical Lifespan Problem course within our curriculum, as well as more information on lymphatics and pain management. So that's a quick overview. In terms of some options, certainly the 7th edition is a really good edition, and it's the most thorough, and they include those other chapters, so some options for that. However, if you're looking at the 6th edition, this 6th edition is a really good edition as well. Significantly less. A lot of the pictures and exercises are good, so even if you look at let's see, so a used version is around $15. I have this edition in my office as well if you want to check it out. It's really just as good as the 7th edition. But the page numbers are going to be off. So if I assign things in the syllabus or other things, the page numbers are going to be corresponding with the 7th edition. In terms of the library, if you want to check out the RU library through Florida Southern, one thing that you can do is you can search for therapeutic exercise, and there is a little bit here. Unfortunately, what the library has is they have a very old edition. They have the 2002 edition available as a hard copy. I wouldn't really recommend that. They also have a 2005 textbook by Peggy Holcomb, which is a good book, but some of the information in the pictures are older and outdated in there. They do have a 2013 ebook by Weiss and Patel. This one isn't too bad. The information in there is pretty good, and you have the ability to print out for any ebook, print out up to 100 pages of material. So you can see here you have 100 pages that you could print out. The one criticism I guess I have of this book is the material's a little dry. It doesn't have that many pictures of things. So even if I go through a certain chapter, the references are good, but it's really text heavy. There are some pictures in there, but it's not going to be as much as the Kisner and Colby textbook. Anyway, hope that provides a good overview. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in class. Thanks.